Mariners, here is your second sweep project. We're going to be using this tool right here, which requires the use of a shape that will follow a path. We just drew a circle that follows this helix, and we used the cylinder to make the helix. So we're just going to get going here and show you how it's done. Create Part Studio. You're going to build a sketch on the top plane and use a center point circle to start building your cylinder. So you just click in the middle. We don't really care about what size it is. If you're looking at measurements, somewhere about 140 millimeters or whatever is fine. Just go to extrude and look at the scale of this. You want to make it like 4 to 5 times taller than the diameter. You want it kind of tall. It still doesn't matter exactly what size it is, but you're going to click this helix tool and click on the outside edge of the cylinder, and you want to increase the number of revolutions to at least 8 if you want to make it higher. The taller that you make the cylinder, the more times you can wrap a spring into it. All right, and then that's the sweep path for making a spring. What you'll notice is if you look at the front plane and you hover over this helix, it wraps around the back of the cylinder, and the end point is right in the bottom right corner here. So if you draw a sketch on the front plane, you have to click this plane right here. Put a circle on this corner. Make sure the circle isn't too big, otherwise it's going to strike itself as it wraps around. It's got to be about half the distance from this point to the helix point above the top of it. But that's it for starting this spring sweep. Click the sweep button. You're going to click the circle that you drew. You're going to choose this command sweep path here and then select the helix. Now, here's a perfect example of where you're going to notice this extreme difference between adding material and new material. Adding is going to make it the same color. It's going to fuse the spring shape into the cylinder. We don't want that. We want to hit new. The difference here is that it's now seen as a completely new material, different from the cylinder, and it's created a second part here. So what you're going to do is just part one is the cylinder. You hide the visibility on part one, and you're left with just the spring that we swept around the helix. And then you can always go back in here and you can modify things like sketch 2. If this is too big or too small, you can go in here and just drag the size of that, change it, update it, so on and so forth. And always give something pretty colors here. Just go over part 2, right click on it, edit the appearance, and give it something fun. Make it colorful and hide all of the visibilities of your planes before you take a picture and get this in your slides. That's how you build a spring, and there's a lot you can do with this and make it like a functioning spring, but that's the quick modeling just so you can practice some sweeping. See you soon.